coming in at number 7 on our list is Gorilla from the Rocks Tigers. And this one is another one that we have a pretty big spread on. I have him ranked 5th. Deficio, you are 7th. Spawn is 10th. So as is customary, I will talk about 5. Personally, my top 5 was actually the best player in each of the roles. I think Gorilla slotted in as 5th. And I think supports are very hard to quantify statistically. You can't just say the guy who wards the most, you can't just say the guy who dies the least or most assists, because there's so much about the team. And the reason I have him 5th, and probably higher than you guys, is this entire team was built around Gorilla. And I think he has that leadership role when they go in. They said they're going to give him players around. He works great with Prey. I think the vision that him and Peanut can accomplish for this team is one of the big reasons they are the best team in the LCK and big favorites coming to this championship. And because of all those things, I have him as the best support of the tournament and 5th overall.
We all have him as the best support of the tournament. I just want to throw that one out there. So even though I have him lower, he is the best support in the tournament, hands down. I think that Gorilla is really, really classy. I like what you brought up, but I'm going to jump on the back end of that and say, a lot of the time it is as a second fiddle. He teams up with Peanut for the ward control that, Peanut is always pushing deep in already. I think that his laning phase is another thing, but once again, I think that Prey has actually gotten very good in the lane right now. So that was my only criticism of him, is kind of what Deficio was saying about Prey. This is a team that is built around the top half of the map being so successful. That was my criticism of Gorilla, and to me, he was also the last one to elevate to elite status again. They always had a good top side of the map, in the fact that they've got Smeb, they've got Peanut, and then all of a sudden, Prey didn't have the best summer split, and then got very good towards the latter stages. So I think that was the only thing. He took a while to warm up for me, but still coming in as the best support.
Yeah, a lot of people would criticize Gorilla's start to the summer split, which I think is fair. You expect a lot from this kind of player. He stepped up towards the end, had a good final as well. I think Gorilla is the kind of player who basically just acts as like the consistent backbone for your team. You can always count on him when it comes to setting up the map, being at the right place at the right time. He's good at using global, something we highlighted earlier. Like Time Kench was one of the things he brought in, and was really good at like using it around the map to not only get kills but also get tower pushers and saving teammates. So I think he's an extremely smart player. The thing I like the most about Gorilla and why I consider him such a good support though is because he's far and away the best team fighting support. In the world. Not only how he plays the actual team fight itself, but also the setup to the fight. Like, I would always trust in Gorilla being on support engages, like support who can engage fights, because he knows exactly where to be at the right time and engage it. He knows how to set up the vision beforehand, and then either sit next to his AD carry and protect him, or dive in together with Smeb and potentially someone like Peanut and reach the backline. He can kind of fill multiple roles, so I really like him. I also think Gorilla is just like, he's like kind of his role model in a sense. You highlighted Bjergsen just because his story is so fantastic of how he just gotten better and better and better, and now he's the best.
Exactly, and I do want to clarify the point I made at the start where I was saying this team was built around him. In-game, this team is built around Smeb, the way they accomplish their plays. But as far as when they're assembling the roster, it was Gorilla, and then we're going to find him a roster to play with because they had so much faith in this guy. And it is hard to differentiate the success from this team because they have 4 players in our top 10, so all of them are extremely good. But for me, Gorilla 5, 7th overall on our list, the highest ranked support we have, and that'll do it for Gorilla.